Is there the really bulldog attorneys that are known in the community as like, those dudes get the money every single time without fail, no exception?
There are definitely attorneys like that. I don't know that I can point to one specifically in this community, right? You've got attorneys that like to shout, I'm a bulldog.
Right.
Right. Well,
yeah, totally.
Everybody bark and bite. Yeah.
Everybody does.
Look,
right?
that's kind of my shtick too. But I do mean it, right? We're going to be tough because that's the way I think you need to get results. You know, I'm always of the mind you don't get anything you don't ask for. Right. You don't get anything you don't insist on. Sometimes it takes telling the insurance company, hey, this is what I'm going to do. Right? I don't need to take the knife and put it in your back. I'll put it right in the front, right? This is exactly how I'm going to do it. And you're not in a good spot to be negotiating with me. Okay, we'll file the lawsuit. We'll move on. I think that there are great lawyers. I'm not going to say that there's anybody in this community I'm like, oh, go call that guy. But there's lawyers known throughout the Gulf South, nationally, where they add value. The lawyer adds value. Do I think I'm one of them? Of course I do. But I don't want to pull a muscle patting myself in the back so hard. But I came from a defense background. And so, I had the conversation with buddies of mine. They asked me the other day at lunch, they said, what do you think of clown video, the sheep video? Like, do you think it's destroying your reputation? I was like,
what clown video? What sheep video?
He doesn't follow me on social media. He asked me to come on here and he's not liking my content.
I didn't know that. Did you see it? All right, I'll follow it. I'll watch it. I didn't know there was a sheep video.
Yeah, so the sheep video just came out this week. The clown video was when I had the black eye. I had to pivot. We were due to film on a Wednesday. That black eye happened Saturday, the first weekend of Jazz Fest.
Right.
And I'm like, I need the content. I'm not going to not do this. So I just rewrote all the scripts. One was me.
That's great.
One was me as a boxer. One was me laying in a handicapped parking spot, having just got knocked out.
That's awesome.
And the last one was in a clown video, like with my kids' toys in the yard in a Halloween costume that I had from years ago. I was like, what can I do with this thing? And I was like, I got an idea. Then I did one recently where I'm dressed like a sheep and using all these sheep-like analogies to explain what happens to you.
I think that's great.
Yeah. But look, the point of that is, and I don't know, I know where we were going, but I'm going to say
But you were talking about, you were with your other attorney friends and they were like, hey man, what do you think about this?
Yeah, so, well, I'll tell you, I'll get to that. But my point and what I want to make here while I'm on this topic is we're in a tough business. Mm-hmm. We help people about issues that are really important to them, to us, and it's serious. But I don't take myself too seriously. Like, I know what people think about injury lawyers, right? I did a video about being an ambulance chaser. Some guy on the internet called me a bottom feeder. I'm like, dude, I'm in Louisiana. Everything we got that's great is a bottom feeder. We're bottom feeders. So, you got to lean into some of this stuff because you're going to get flack, and I got thick skin. But I want people to know that we're tough, but we also don't take ourselves too seriously.
That's great.
So your question about great lawyers. The conversation they asked me was like, do you think that you're going to get, these people are going to come hire you? I said, I don't know why people make the decisions they make. And they said, these guys over here that we go up against, they add value. Some of these other guys that are tough, the guys that they're talking about are out of Houston. They do a lot of marine work, so they get lawyers from around the area that aren't necessarily just Louisiana lawyers. But they said, the guys that talk tough or they obstruct or they, they're just braggadocious, that doesn't help us get to the end result, right? That may serve the lawyer, but it doesn't serve the client. And that's how I think about things. So we're tough, but we're pragmatic. I don't want to tell you, hey, screw them, let's go file a lawsuit. If all that's going to happen is you're going to get the same result that I can get you today, but you're going to get it 6 months from now.
And that's where experience comes in.
You have to be experienced. You have to have tact and be tactical. Right? You got to know how to deal with people and at the same time have a strategy and say, okay, if this doesn't work, what's the next move? You can't be reactionary. You have to have a plan, and that comes with experience.